Now, your status report is going to give lots of details about each individual account that you have placed in your collection system. The status report can be accessed on the Quick Links menu here by choosing Status Report. At the top, obviously, you should see your name here and your name here, your business name. Your personal name will be here with your account number here, of course. So the status report lists every account that you've placed and some very specific details about each account. The default sort of this list is date of placement. So this is going to be the most recent account placed, followed in reverse order back to the oldest accounts that'll show at the bottom of the list. So the information that you have here, we'll just go through details here. This is the date placed. This is the account number that you entered in this is your account number that you entered into the account when you placed it. This is your patient or customer's last name, and then this is the status, paid in full, payment arrangements, active, and so on. This is the stage that we are currently working the account. So there's 3 stages: communication stage, recovery stage, and litigation stage. And then this is the last activity that happened on the account and the date that that last activity happened. This is the dollars that you placed, the full amount, full balance that you asked us to collect from your customer. This is how much has been collected and how much has been resolved, and we explained a little bit of the difference between collected and resolved on the dashboard video. And then this is the balance. Now, this is a demo account, so obviously this balance should say 0. If it's resolved or collected, then this should say 0, so I'll get that corrected. Also, you can see that the last activity on this account was when the account was placed, but we've statused it as paid in full as an example, so this probably would say payment received. But this is just sample data. So when accounts are placed in a group, like here on December 10th, you can see that it doesn't show a date of placement because they're all the same. It's grouped together. You can scroll through the list of accounts and look for a particular customer, or you also can use the filters at the top to locate all sorts of different situations. So for example, let's say that you wanted to see only the accounts that were active. You would choose active here, and the list would rebuild. It originally had 148 accounts, I think. Now there's 42. These are all statused active, and then you would be able to see what's been happening on the accounts. An email was sent on June 1st, or the collection notification was sent on May 19th. A phone call was made on the evening of May 19th to this debtor, and so on. If you wanted to see, for example, all the paid in full accounts, then you're going to see a list of those all here. All these accounts have paid in full. So that's a status filter. If you wanted to see, for instance, show me just the placements by year, show me what was placed in 2019, then your list would just show 2019 placements. I guess I should have started at the left, but data placement, that you can choose this by month to just show the individual month for the placements that you sent us. And then the stage. What's in communication stage currently, what's in litigation stage, what's in recovery stage. Or last activity. So when did we last call, or what are the accounts that just got placed, for example, or what are the accounts that are pending transfer to the next stage. The other option here is system level of service. Could be gold, could be silver, could be bronze, platinum, titanium, or what have you. This sometimes is valuable for clients who have 2 specific types of balances. Maybe they have some for one type of business that they do, like service calls. They might have smaller balances, and they might use a silver or even a bronze level of service. And then for larger balances, they might use a gold level of service, and they'd like to see those separately. Now, an advanced feature here is that all of this data can be downloaded. So by clicking at any one of these headers, by clicking on any one of these headers, you're going to get a, let's see if we can do it again. There it is. I wasn't patient enough. When you click on the header, you're going to get a status report that contains all the data there. And this can be opened, and you can sort this by whatever column you want. You can download this, and you can put it into a spreadsheet if you wanted to. You can manipulate it however you want to in any number of programs like Excel or something like that. So that's a little bit of an advanced feature, and for some people it's valuable, but especially if you wanted to get a list, export a list of payments that had been made. So one thing that you might, this is valuable to every one of our clients. Most of our clients see it invaluable because they can see in real time the status and activity on the accounts. They can look here and see who's made payments, where the progress is, accounts that have been closed out for various reasons, and so on. What it doesn't show you is everything that we've done on an account. So this column here shows the last activity. And this is going to show you a payment was made, a phone call was made, an email was sent, or whatever it is, and the date that it was sent. It's not going to show you the step-by-step progress that we've made on an account. We made a decision early on to not put all those details there for several reasons. The biggest reason is the privacy laws for consumers. And a lot of the activity that we have is in note formation. And that note is formulated by a collector in a pretty hurried conversation, typically. People tell you their stories. You've got to sort out what's important and what's not and put that in the notes. And so those notes can end up with personal information that's private for the debtor or the consumer. It could end up with cryptic notes that are confusing and would create client service calls that really are, quite honestly, are pointless, because it doesn't really value our clients to know that somebody said this or that. What really values our clients is that we have collected their money or not collected their money. If there's a situation which seems that our client needs to be involved in, then we would reach out to the client through client services to try to resolve any situation like that. Maybe a negotiation, maybe a customer feels that the bill isn't correct, and whatever those reasons were. We're going to reach out to you through email or through a client service phone call to try to identify our options there. So that is the status report, and it's very comprehensive. Keep in mind that all the data on the portal updates every 3 hours. So if you make an adjustment, you won't, and I'll show you that next, is how to make adjustments. But that won't update for about 3 hours. It updates every 3 hours. So it could be an hour away, it could be 3 hours away, but several times a day, this data is going to be updated. And we found that's pretty efficient and pretty valuable to our clients.